G'day guys, we've got a question today which involves natural logarithms. We've got an equation here that we're asked to solve for x. Now we've got the natural logarithm of x minus 2 on x minus 1 is equal to 1 take the natural log of x minus 1 on x minus 4. So to solve this equation, we're going to be using a few different log laws. Hopefully you guys are aware of them. If not, I'm going to write them down as I go. So yeah, if you need to, you can pause the video if you need to keep up or if you need to have a look at anything. But this is a relatively tricky one. If you got given this in a test, you know, it'd probably be worth, like, I think the test that this is taken from was worth 4 marks. So, you know, you can devote a bit of time in the test to it because it's, you know, a bit more of a tricky one. But let's get started. So what I'm going to do to start with is, like we do with most algebra questions, I'm going to take all the x variables to one side. So I'm going to add the natural log of x take 1 on x take 4 to the left hand side. So we're going to be left with the natural log of x take 2 on x take 1 plus the natural log of x take 1 on x take 4. And that's all going to be equal to 1. Now what I'm going to do here, guys, so I'm going to be using the log law, the ln of A plus the ln of B is equal to the natural log of A times B. So this can work both directions, guys. If you have two numbers that are within one logarithm that are being multiplied together, you can split the logarithms and add them. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to be able to join the two logarithms together. So I'm going to have the natural log of x on 2 over x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 1 on x take 4. And that's going to be equal to 1. Now, the next log law that I'm going to use here, guys, is I'm going to use the fact that the natural log of e is equal to 1. For example, I'm going to say that ln of e to the power of 1 is just equal to 1. It's like when you have the log to the base 10 of 10 is equal to 1. So what I'm going to do here is, using this sort of fact or this rule, I'm going to replace the 1 with simply ln of e to the power of 1. So now what we've got is we've got ln of this particular set of fractions is equal to ln of e. So what I'm going to do now is I can then just equate the fractions and the exponential. So I can say that x take 2 on x take 1 times x take 1 on x take 4 is equal to e. Now what I'm going to do here, it's hopefully quite self-explanatory that the x take 1s will cancel out. So we can get rid of them, and we're going to write the left-hand side as a single fraction, x take 2 on x take 4 is equal to e. So as you can see, guys, we're sort of on the final stretch here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the x take 4 to the other side. So I'm left with, well, actually, let's just move this arrow up here. I'm going to have x take 2 is equal to, I'm going to times x take 4 by e, so I'm going to have ex minus 4e. Cool. So what I'm going to do from here, guys, is I'm going to take the 4e to the other side, and I'm going to take this x to this side. So what I'm left with is I've got 4e subtract 2 is equal to ex minus x. Now from here, I'm going to factorize my right-hand side by x. So I have 4e minus 2 is equal to x bracket e take 1. Then I'm going to divide both sides by e take 1. So I'm left with x is equal to 4e minus 2 over e subtract 1. And there you have it. That is our solution. So, guys, what I was able to do in this question is I was able to use various log laws to be able to manipulate the logarithms that we're given in the question. So first of all, what I was able to do is I was able to join my logs using this logarithmic sum law. I was then able to replace 1 with the natural logarithm of e, and that's just because of the fact that the natural log of e is equal to 1. What I then was able to do is, because I have the natural log of two things on both sides of the equality, I could then just equate what was inside the brackets. After I did that, it was just a case of manipulating or solving using quite basic algebra until we got to the end solution, which is here. So I hope that video helped, guys. If it did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments section below. Alternatively, if you have any new videos that you'd like me to do, please also leave them in the comments section below. I'm always looking for new ideas of videos to do. But until next time, guys, the only way you're going to get good at trickier problems like this is through practice. You've got to keep beating your head against the wall until the wall eventually falls down. But just make sure, guys, as you're practicing, you're still having fun, because that's what it's all about. So until next time, guys, just keep enjoying your maths. I'll see you soon.